there is some sort of abandonment that children feel, whether they're from the royal family or not. That is a universal feeling of feeling I'm not enough, right? And that can affect their self-esteem.
Talk a little bit about the brother dynamic, because it seems like a lot of his deep-rooted issues stem from his relationship with his brother, obviously feeling despair. And do you get the sense that it was a jealousy between he and William, or did he always feel inferior? And is that common for a younger sibling to feel like a spare from time to time?
I suppose because of their status, which is you when you're growing up in a royal family, you're either the heir or the spare, right? That's just how it is, right? And just reading through, I felt I didn't feel jealousy. I felt a kid being left out. Mm-hmm. And as a child, I don't think at that time, they can fathom things like, I'm going to be the king, I'm going to be the queen. I don't think that there's that understanding. However, there's the wounding when maybe one is given one thing and another one is given. So you have this feeling of, why me? Why me? And kids begin to ask themselves, what's wrong with me? And when they ask themselves those questions, it batters their inside. So I must not, they make stories in their head, I must not be good enough. And that's where trauma stems from. This unprocessed negative self-talk. And as he says, he didn't think that the dad had especially when he lost the mom, had the compassion or even the skills to deal with it, right? The truth is, all of us have experienced some sort of bad experiences as kids, whether it's, I don't know, there's so many to mention, right? But the difference between trauma that lasts and one that comes and then it's processed is just how you process. If you have what we call protective factors, if you have someone who says to you, oh, is that how you felt? I'm sorry you felt like that, but here is what it is. You are still valuable. You are still valid. You are a person who can add value to the world. And as they grew older, that could have been reinforced by maybe someone in their circle saying, you may not one day be a king, however, that doesn't make you less of a person. There are other ways that you can contribute. Look inside yourself. You've got skills. All of us have some sort of strong skills. And that is where we move away from competition. But when one young person, like for example, the older brother is being treated in a different way and is being prepped for being an heir, and then this one is, because he's a spare, maybe we don't have to work so much on him and he's just there. There is some sort of abandonment that children feel, whether they're from the royal family or not. That is a universal feeling of feeling I'm not enough, right? And that can affect their self-esteem. And that's why I said, right, for the longest time, you see him doing things maybe to try, and I'm still here, see me, notice me, right? There's all that, right? And then he comes to a point later in life where he realizes, maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe I need to begin to heal. Maybe I need to have therapy and actually heal from inside, because when we are doing all this external stuff, it doesn't help you heal the wounds that are deep within us, right? And this is it can be it's not easy. I say it's not easy because when you meet all these kids with he talks about his mental health problems, and I believe the reason, again, not just him, but a lot of other young people have that, is because there's a constricting of life, right? You have mental health problems because you're not being allowed to be everything you're supposed to be. And that's just what happens. So I think there should be, we shouldn't go should be, should have, or whatever, but had he had someone who said, I understand you. You may not be an heir. Yes, you may be a spare, right? However, we still value you. The world still value you. Otherwise, you would not be breathing if the world had no reason for you to be here. Mm-hmm. But from reading the book, I did not see any of that. I did not see that supportive or protective factor. I did not see it.
For more news content and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.